Another day, another attack on the royal family from prima donna Meghan Markle. This time she's saying, well, there's lots about, she's saying Prince Harry was happy to leave Britain. They were upsetting the dynamic of the hierarchy. The thing that got me, apart from her throwing the N-word into more accusations against the royal family, she apparently got the journalist here, and I'll get your thoughts on it first, Michael. The journalist there, she told the journalist to transcribe her gruntings and groanings and I don't know what she was grunting and groaning, but apparently there's meaning within grunts and groans. Have you ever interviewed someone who insists that you jot down their gruntings and their groanings?
Well, look, I mean, I've interviewed some pretty difficult subjects, but no, that's never come up. And look, I think that speaks to the kind of crux of the difficulty I have with her and Harry, is in that, like, I have no truck with the royal family. Like, I think good on them for getting out of that institution. Like, why would you want to be involved in that mess? But you know, you do get the impression that they are starting to complain just a little bit too much. Like, I think their lives are pretty good. Where are they? Canada, North America? Anyway, they've gotten out of the joint. They're living it up. They've got lots of money. They've still got lots of privileges. I think you could probably start to tone down the whining just a little bit, but like, don't force me to pick sides because it's a Hobson's choice.
Is there whining that can be articulated? I mean, James, do you sympathise with her view that there's meaning within her gruntings and her groanings?
Well,
her guttural sounds, apparently.
If you mean she's a woke waffler, then yes, absolutely. My favourite part of the interview was where she said that people were dancing on the streets of Africa when she married into the royal family, even as they danced on the streets when Nelson Mandela was released from prison. You've got an international statesman and Meghan Markle on par.
I've always struggled to tell them apart, Nelson Mandela and Meghan Markle. I mean, they both have the same influence on world events and the same great spirit and so on. Sophie, you're closer to the action, I guess. Have you heard Meghan grunt and groan, and was there any meaning in it for you?
God, she doesn't stop moaning, that one. But the thing is with me, if she hates the royal family so much, why does she still call herself the Duchess of Sussex? Just call yourself Meghan and be gone with it. Why? She's using the title for her own benefit because she makes money off of it, while seemingly moaning about the royal family. And these two left because they wanted privacy. Well, I'm not sure if an Oprah interview, a Netflix deal, and every single 5 minutes moaning to the press constitutes as privacy.
And just quickly, Sophie, on this question of she's accused the royal family of racism before. I don't think there's a single person in Britain, A, who would use the N-word, B, who could possibly imagine the royal family using the N-word. What's been the reaction there in Britain to this latest slur on the royals?
To be fair, I think people are just starting to ignore her now. They're just getting sick of her. Every 5 minutes she's trying to trash the royal family. They know that she doesn't like the royal family and that she's a bit of an attention seeker. So I think people just ignore her, to be quite honest with you. And I mean, who in the royal family is going to say that word? Because a lot of people originally with the Oprah interview said, oh, it's going to be Charles. But I mean, Charles is literally the wokest man in the entire of the institution. So I very much doubt that.
And this idea that she thinks that Harry's lost her father, there's an equivalence. So that, as James mentioned, she sees herself as Nelson Mandela, but she also sees the fact that she is alienated from her father. It's parallels with Prince Charles and Harry. Did you buy that one?
I think there is quite a good conversation that Charles wasn't necessarily there for Harry and William, but he is doing his absolute best to become part of their lives now. Obviously, they lost Diana quite long. That was hard for them, I would agree. But I think Charles is doing absolutely all he can to support both Harry and William, but Harry is choosing to not play ball with that.